Hello, today I'm gonna show you a nice legato shredding lick in the key of E minor, and it's got a nice twist to it because it's a repeating lick consisting of 9 notes. Here's the lick. I'm starting in the 5th position, picking the E on the B string, hammer to the G, pull to the F sharp, pull to the E, hammer to the F sharp, hammer to the G, picking the A on the E string, hammer to the B, hammer to the C. That's it. The trick is now to make these 9 notes a gapeless roll. Then harmonize them. Hello, today I'm gonna show you a pentatonic lick I really like to play because it has a nice little twist to it. It's a sequence of 5 16th notes, so it sits somewhat odd in the beat. The sequence goes like this. 5 notes down. And with the same finger I played the last note, I play the first note. So, and now you see why I use the 6. 5. Mostly I add 3 notes in the beginning to get into position. Hey there, I'd like to encourage you to see guitar chords not as fixed fingerings like they're made of stone. Imagine a song where you have to play 32 bars of only D minor. That can turn out to be very boring. Try to understand the context, the key your chord is in. For example, if this D minor is the root chord of the D Dorian mode, then try to see the D Dorian scale around it. And this is the potential you can add to your chord as color. Hello, just a short tip for arranging guitar riffs or chord progressions. It's not a rule or so. In general, it sounds better to avoid big jumps between chords. It sounds very pleasing and elegant if the voicings you choose share same notes, have notes in common, and those notes should be left in that octave and not be shifted to another octave. And it sounds even more beautiful if you keep those jumps between other notes also very small. I arranged the intro chords like this. Hello! Inversions of power chords sound deeper than they are. An inversion of a power chord is when you put the 5th underneath the root. Here's the regular one. C power chord, C, G, and now the G under the C. Having a 5th in the bass somehow sounds lower. Look, here is the regular E power chord. And this is a B power chord inversion. B power chord inversion sounds lower than the regular E power chord, although the E is lower than the F sharp of the B. Hello, today's tip is more addressed to the beginning rock guitarists. Sliding power chords. It's an essential rock guitar playing technique to connect power chords with slides. Do this. Choose 2 power chords with 2 frets distance, for example the C power chord and the D power chord, and then playing the C power chord and slide to the D. And the D has to ring. If it doesn't ring, you have lost the pressure on the way there. Also take care that there's just enough pressure to keep the sound, but do not press too hard because then the resistance will be too hard. Hello, I'm gonna show you a very common way of using inversions in rock riffs. Let me show you with this E power chord. Here we have the root, the perfect fifth, and the root again, the octave. No third, so it's nor minor nor major because the third determines what it is. I keep these 2 notes played with the index finger, and then I can play here the major third, for example, on the A string. This is an inversion of an E major, and if I lower the third, make it a minor third, then it's an E minor inversion. And in combination, I can slide into it. And this you can do with all power chords in your riffs. Hey there, it's all about the rhythm, and to get really under the hood of a 16th groove, it's equally important to be able to play offbeats as safe as downbeats. Use a metronome, tap along with your foot. Really important to get that inner feedback. Then play 16th notes to this with alternate picking, and all downstrokes now are the downbeats and your upstrokes are the upbeats, the offbeats. The exercise now is 2 bars long. In bar 1 you play only the downstrokes, that makes it the downbeats, and in bar 2 you play the 1 with the downstroke, but the next upstroke you play also, and then you stay on them upstrokes until you fall back on the first downstroke in bar 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a nice country blues lick for you. The key element is this country style bending. Bending the A on the B string in the 10th position, 1 step up to the B, and then alternating with the D, C and B on the high E string. And the same is possible 1 octave down on the D and G string. And doing the same with the G string. And the next step to get the whole lick is to connect those 2 positions with some extra notes. Hey there, just playing the notes of the blues scale here in G. It's pretty cool, but it doesn't actually make you sound as bluesy as you could sound if you would emphasize the important note. And that's in the key of G, the note D flat. It's the diminished fifth. It's this note. Slip into this with a slide, or you can play a hammer-on, pull off, or a bending. And you can do this, of course, in all octaves. string tricks in blues are these, or this. They have all one thing in common. On the higher string, you hold a note and play at the same time a lower string and bend it by pushing it. But you can do this the other way around. For example, with this major third in E. I bent the G string, the higher string, a half tone step up by pulling it. You can do this also with the minor third, somewhat more difficult. Or even here, a perfect fifth, bend it to the sixth. Pretty cool. Sounds a little bit like a B bender. Hello, I'd like to share with you a very short rhythm pattern that is going to be repeated. Down, down, up, down with the plectrum. And that up is a pull with a finger on another string. And the first picked 8th note leaves space for a 16th note played legato with a fretting hand. Could be a hammer-on pull-off or a slide. You can get really up to speed with this.